And K-Pop Madness is back. Hello everyone, what is up? This is K-Pop Madness 2022. If you don't know what this is the 5th year I'm doing this, so I'm not going to do a huge explanation, but if you have no clue what I'm talking about, there are much bigger explanations if you go back to these playlists in the description down there. But just to give like a really quick overview of what's about to happen over the next 2 weeks on the channel is this tournament called K-Pop Madness. I do this every March. Basically, I have 64 K-pop groups on a giant tournament bracket. 64 of them go head to head to head to head to head, and you guys vote which groups you want to move on to the next round, and one gets eliminated. It's kind of like a save one, drop one, and then the winners can move on to face the other winners until we have one left. That's basically what it is. You can see the full bracket so you can know who's facing who's going to be facing who the next round and everything. In the description, it's challenge.com/Kpop Madness 2022. It's in the description, you pin comment and everything, but basically, I'm going to show you all the matchups for the first half of the first round, so 32 groups total, 16 matchups in this round, and then we'll also do this round in the next video, and it's just going to be fun. There's going to be a link to go vote in the description, and yeah, now let's get into the fun thing. There were new rookies this year, a bunch of new rookies. This is the most amount of new groups that I put into the list since I started, so that meant I had to take a lot of groups out. And with that being said, we can get into this. So basically, all the groups are seeded 1 through 64 and then broken up into 4 different brackets randomly based on my seeding. I basically seeded them based on the results from last year. So for example, Stray Kids won last year, so they have the first seed. Second place last year was ATEEZ, so they have the second seed, and it goes from there. First seed, second seed, third seed, fourth seed, all the way down to 64. And when it was a tie, I just did a judgment call based off of like who I think is more popular, at least on our channel, and they get the higher seed. So I think we're ready to get into this. Let's dive into the first K-Pop Madness of 2022. You guys can vote while you're listening to them if you don't know any. You have to vote for everything. So if you don't know any of the groups, you can hear, like, you know, the comparisons right here. And lastly, don't feel like you have to vote for your favorites. Stray Kids have already won twice. Stays, I know you want Stray Kids to win a third time. They don't have to win, though. You could vote for the underdog if you want. I'm just saying. But anyways, vote for whoever you want. It doesn't have to be your favorite, okay? You could try to get an underdog to win. You could try to get an older group to win. You could try to get a rookie group to win. You could try to get Stray Kids to win if you want. I don't care. Do what you guys want. Vote for who you guys want. And let's get into this with the first battle of round 1, bracket 1. And let's get started with the first matchup. We have Stray Kids, of course. And they're going up against 2-1. Next up, we have the group Ace, and they're facing off against Fromis 9. Following that, in our third matchup of bracket 1, we have Enhypen going up against Luna. And then we have a very interesting battle of EXO, and they're facing off against ONE. Following that, we have the group iKON and they're facing off against the monster rookies of aespa. And then our 6th battle for bracket 1, we have Red Velvet and they're facing off against K-Band and Flying. Now we have the group YG group of Treasure going up against first timer on this list, Mire. And then finally for bracket 1, we have Mamamoo and Mamamoo is facing off against the Starship Boy group of Krabby. Okay, now we can move on to bracket 2. This is also round 1, but this is the second section of it. We have the group Twice. And they're facing off against Cherry Bullet. Next up, we have Rookie Battle of Kpop. And they're going up against T1419. Following that, we have two YG groups going head-to-head of Winner and they're facing off against Big Bang. Another YG group of Blackpink is facing off against the other girl group, Oh My Girl. Now we have a group called, Astro. Facing off against this rookie first-timer group on the list of Just Be. Now we have the girl group having a comeback later this month, Idol. And they're facing off against another K-band, One. Now we got two more matchups for the first half of the first round. The first matchup, or of the last two, will be Block B. And Block B is facing the rookie girl group, Purple. And then the final matchup for the first two brackets of round one, we have BTS going up against Super Junior. Now, like I said, this is just the first two brackets of round one. We'll be coming back with part two tomorrow. I don't want to hit you with all 64 groups at once. That's kind of a lot. So tomorrow we'll have part two of round one for you guys to vote on that. But go vote for part one right now. Get the groups you want to move on to round two in there. And like I said, you can vote for the underdog. You can vote for your favorites. You can vote for the group that will be easiest for your fave to beat in the next round and vote for them to beat the harder group. I don't know. You guys can do this in a numerous fun ways. Hopefully, we have an interesting battle this year. We'll see if Stray Kids can hold their championship for the third time, the second year in a row. See if Dreamcatcher can repeat, or a different girl group comes back. Maybe BTS comes back and wins again, or we have a brand new group win it for the first time. I'm curious how this is going to find out. It is up to you guys who wins this. And yeah, that is it. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you back here tomorrow for round two, or for the second part, for part two of round one. I can't talk. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.